I see that you're cleaning up your tables. You can clean them up or you can leave them there, and we'll clean it up. Today I really want to appreciate the county commissioners coming and our extension advisory council being with us today along with our staff members. I'd like to introduce the county commissioners, making sure everybody understands where they are and that they're here. John Bell is sitting right here. Andy Anderson, Andy's right behind them. Dr. McCullen is right over here. Jack Best is right there. On the phone. Chairman J.D. Evans over there. Mr. Bud Gray over there. Who did I miss? Steve King. Oh, there you are, Steve. Yeah, and Steve King. I'd like to introduce our advisory council members, if you wave at us, that we have here today. Ms. Rachel Ross is there. Dr. George Silver, that you met earlier. Eddie Pitzer. Dr. Sandy Maddox, which is walking in the door right now. Debbie Worley. Debbie, there you are. Evelyn Jefferson. Lynn Williams. Curtis Shiver. Curtis over there. Priscilla Ford. There she is. And you met Donald Graham. I appreciate very much them coming. They had a meeting before this meeting with us at Gerald Balance. I forgot, Gerald said, thank you there, Mr. Phillips. We do have Gerald Balance from what we call beautiful downtown Fremont. There he is with us today. We're going to go through, I'm going to go through about 7 slides with you today, just to kind of give you a general idea about what we are here in Wayne County. Then we're going to divide up into groups, and I have a list for you to divide up into. We're going to walk around into the stations, and you're going to hopefully understand the impacts of cooperative extension. Just not programs that we're doing, but what's the impacts of those programs. We're going to begin. This gives you an idea of what our university or cooperative extension mission is that we're partnering with communities to deliver education and technology that enriches the lives, land, and the economy of North Carolina. Particularly notices that it's not just a top-down. These are programs, go out and teach them. Our programs are determined by our local level. And as you know, that cooperative extension is part of North Carolina State University and A&T State University, and also part of Wayne County. The 3 particular areas that's on the board here that cooperative extension addresses here in Wayne County is agriculture and natural resources, family and consumer sciences. Now, some of those people has been around for a long time. Over 15 years ago, that used to be called home economics. And so we call it family. The industry changed it to family and consumer sciences. And also, we're programming in areas of 4-H and youth development. A few years ago, we have a plan of work that we work off of. And a few years ago, we did surveys for not just people in our organization or our users in our organizations, but we also ventured out to get other people's opinion about what are the issues in which cooperative extension in Wayne County should participate in or should program towards. And we took these particular areas and prioritized them, brought them to our Extension Advisory Council, and they massaged them, and then they prioritized them into these particular top 5 issues that our programs addressed here in Wayne County. You go to Duplin County or Wilson County, they may address different issues, but this is what the clientele or our citizens in Wayne County told about extension. One of them is farm profitability and preservation. Other one is youth development. The third is health, nutrition, and food safety, environmental stewardship, leadership development, and volunteerism. And you'll see examples of these programs in all of our places that you'll be visiting in a few minutes. How do we get this done? How do we do it? This is our 2010 this is number. This is not impact. This is just numbers. And Lee, I know you're a numbers guy. I bet you calculate gas mileage in your head just like I do. Yeah, it's something my daddy could do it, so I just follow my daddy and calculate gas mileage as I go through in my head. Lee being a numbers guy, but these are numbers. This is not impact. This is just some ways in which we're delivering our program. There's been 254 news articles published in Wayne County through Cooperative Extension, through all the papers. There's been 223 different workshops conducted by our staff in 2010. There's been 19,430 people attending these workshops. And also on our extension webpage, it's been over pretty close to 900,000 hits on our webpage. We try to make our webpage an educational webpage. We're also branching out into Facebook, and we're developing, 4-H has started that, and we'll be developing it into some other areas to keep up with the media of people. When you're looking at that, this is just the ways in which we deliver in those 4 particular areas. So at this time, we'd like to have an opportunity.
All right. Hi, I'm Karen Blado. I'm the horticulture agent for the county. As part of my responsibility as the horticulture agent, I serve as the liaison for the Master Gardener group. That entails the training of the new Master Gardeners. I also assist with the Master Gardeners in their community projects. So today we've just highlighted 3 of the different projects that the Master Gardeners were involved with last year. The first being a community garden. The Master Gardeners partnered with Parks and Recreation to put in a butterfly garden at Stony Creek Park. The Master Gardeners were instrumental in designing the garden as well as installing the garden and the maintenance of the garden. So we saved the city of Goldsboro money as far as maintenance cost and design cost. One of the other programs they were involved with was the plant clinic. We have a plant clinic here at the office where citizens can bring any of their horticulture questions to be answered here. Last year they volunteered 3,400 volunteer hours. They answered over 1,200 gardening questions. Answering these questions actually resulted in a reduction of pesticide use and fertilizer use because we're able to help people properly garden in the community. One of the other programs that we're involved with was the first ever Junior Master Gardener program to be held in the county. And Brenda Wilkins, the Master Gardener, she actually ran that program, so I'm going to turn it over to her to tell you a little bit more about it.
Master Gardener program, and we did it in collaboration with the library, SEFs, the community, and the Master Gardener volunteers. And last year it was health and nutrition in the garden. We had about 30 or 35 children between grades 3 and 6 that participated. We met inside and did had little workshops and they learned about tasting different foods and how to collect seeds, and then we would go out into the garden and they would plant and harvest and weed, and so they could get hands-on experience in the garden. And we, then we would follow up and talk about how good fresh vegetables were for them, so they could learn something about the health and nutrition that you get from the garden. This year our program is going to be literature in the garden, and it's going to be matched up with some books that will we can go from the garden with the books to the little workshops and then out to the garden, and it all ties together.
All right, my name's Kevin Johnson. I'm the Agriculture Extension Agent with responsibility in field crops. I'm going to highlight 3 programs that we do. We do numerous programs, but one that I'm sure most everybody is aware of is our We Dig It program. And basically, agriculture is the #1 industry in the county, and we want to let people know the significance and the impact that agriculture has in our county. So we had billboards, we had speakers bureaus, we had exhibits, we had a display out at the fair. It's been very successful. We had a lot of positive feedback on that. Another highlight or success that we've had is our pesticide container recycling. We have 4 convenience centers in the county that are strategically located throughout the county where farmers can take their pesticide containers. And last year we had 14,500 containers that were recycled, and that was one of the best recycling programs in the state, to be honest. You know, we looked at it. The university has a dollar figure they give. The farmers can recycle the 55-gallon barrels all the way down to the 1-gallon jugs. But anyway, we looked at about a savings of $58,000. Also, something that was really important to farmers, and you could ask Mr. Budd or anybody that's involved in agriculture, technology is the way we're going to feed the world in the future. There's been a big push in the past few years for the technology. A lot of our crops are biotech, Roundup Ready. The Roundup Ready technology was great, but there's been some issues with overuse. We have some weed resistance that has developed. We have worked real hard on this, coming up with new strategies, and you can see what we're trying to do to save farmers with Roundup Ready soybeans, corn, everything that's out there right now. I have with us Keith Waller. He's a farmer from Smith's Chapel, and he's going to give a couple successes of what we've done.
Yeah, like I said, my name's Kevin said. My name's Keith. I farm in southern Wayne County. I farm with my dad, and we've been farming for ever since I've been born. But for the last 5 or 6 years, I've started working with Kevin in his office. And as far as anything that I have a problem with, as far as a question about a pesticide or a question about a pest in my field, you know, things of that nature, his office and Kevin's been very. They've been very, as far as knowledgeable of trying to help the situation, as far as to to help out with whatever problem I have. And as he talks about with the herbicide-resistant weeds, that's been a big problem from last summer, and he helped us have a program to help have resistant, to get rid of the resistant weeds and stuff. So. It's nice to have somebody to answer to. If you got a problem, you go to his office, talk to Kevin on the phone. He's very prompt as far as how you have on the phone back with you and helping out with whatever problem you have.
Well, thank you. We got a few minutes. I guess we can. You got any questions? You got any questions?
I have more questions about this gardening program. Where is the garden at?
Several. We have the gardens here at the Extension office. We have the butterfly garden at Stony Creek Park. We have the library garden. And we have a demonstration gardens in the fair.
Except for the junior master
Yeah,
Oh,
the
no,
junior
that's at
master.
the library.
That is at the library garden. That's being rebuilt.
Looks good.
Does
look really good.
And some of the besides this junior master garden group, some of the homeschool children come by and help them work.
How do you get the child involved?
They have to be within the age range that they did 3rd through 6th grade.
I'll be all right if I see you.
Okay, hi, my name is Michelle Estrada. I'm the Family Consumer Science in the area of parenting education, volunteer, and community development. Today I'm going to talk about the Parents as Teachers program. It's a home visitation program, and we're funded by the Partnership for Children of Wayne County. This program helps parents to understand their children, and we believe that the parents are the first and the most influential teacher for their children. And some of the impacts that we have as parents are using new skills that prepare their child for kindergarten. 97% of parents are communicating more effectively with their children. We also have the Extension Community Association, and they have been helping us with different activities, like helping, they have been volunteer for 11,000 hours of volunteer service to the communities. Local organizations are more able to meet the community needs, and they increase community leadership. In the other one, we have a residential recycling program that we were targeting the Latino families to help them to understand what are the best way to waste disposable. And the participants are recycling, which saves them money. The participants are probably sorting waste for disposal in the county safe and landfill space. Now I'm going to introduce Paula Salinas. She is one of the participants from the Parents as Teachers program.
Hi, my name is Paula Salinas, and I'm one of the parents that participates in the program as Parents as Teachers. And the Cooperative Extension, it has been really good to us since I have changed our lives through teaching us how to understand the development of our children, being that small and trying to understand how they can do things that sometimes we don't know they can do. and so that get them ready for pre-K and just to get better education later on in life. And she enjoys her home visits, so I'm really happy for that, and I hope the program continues. Thank you.
Christine, I know I'm not as tall as Chris. I don't have on high heels. But Chris has gone to a conference outside Washington that our association is centered to. I'm going to talk to you just a second about some of the things that we do in our health and wellness program. But I would like to start off with introducing to you Tanya France. She participated in one of the programs, and let's talk about the impact it's made on her.
Actually, I participated in the Fit and Fabulous program, began that program last year. Throughout the year, had actually lost a total of 62 pounds. Did that through the program, not just exercising twice a week, but learning through their nutritional program. We spend about half an hour on Mondays before we get to working out, talk about how to eat better so that we're not just exercising. Also, my daughter got married in August. It was, gotta look good in the dress and in the pictures. This program helped me to do that. Had 8 coworkers who joined the program with me as well through Waukesha Electric System. So it was an opportunity also to work out with them as well. And actually it taught me the life skills that I needed, because here I am a year later and still keeping that weight off. So not just, kind of the fad and the quick. But back in the program again this year, economical and just really a great program, and I can't appreciate it enough.
When you're looking at this program, this is kind of a testimonial of the significance the program does. But the question is, why is Cooperative Extension doing a program like this? Because the educational component that Extension brings to the table. And that's what makes the difference, is that there's, just like Tanya said, they're not just doing exercise and then say we've done, is that they're learning how to make a change lifestyle change that makes it great. Surveys have showed us from our 85% said that they're definitely consuming a better diet. 96% they said they're increasing their physical activity level, and 97% are talking about limiting salt, sugars, and fat. So that is a personal lifestyle change. This is, but this program over here, Go to Snap Ed, we're working with the county's senior citizen sites. And we're doing the same concept with them. This is a 15-week program. This is not something that you go to a workshop and then you're healed or whatever. It's a process. We're providing the educational programs there with them, and the program is tailored specifically for seniors. And some of the outcomes from that is that 53% of them says, the seniors said they're exercising more each week. 69% said there are positive behavior changes related to the salt in their diet, and 45% says they're eating more vegetables, which is also a lifestyle change. When you look at that, is that the purpose of Extension is bringing the educational material from the university, research-based information from the university, coming to this particular, to this clientele. Remember, one of the 5 things we mentioned that was a priority for our program was health and wellness. Well, this is one of the ways in which we're addressing it. One with senior programs and also one with other people. And in the Wayne Center, there's, I think at one time there's 100 and some people sign up to come to the Wayne Center on Monday and on Wednesday nights. Educational program and then the program. This program, I just wanted to mention to this that Chris is in the, you see an article in the newspaper every week. This is not something that Chris takes out of the university and cuts and pastes and makes an article. She sits down and writes that article. So every week she's got to come up with a different thing. But the idea is specifically to get people on their mind that it makes a difference. Thank you very much. I think it's time to go to another place.
Thank you.
Yeah, follow Paul.
Over here. Welcome. I think many of you know me, but in case you don't, my name is Eileen Coyd. I'm the livestock agent here in Wayne County, and just wanted to share with you some of the experiences and the the impacts that we have made with producers in Wayne County. I also have some special guests with us this morning, Ms. Marissa Levin, Mr. Sean Mitchell, and they're going to share some of their experiences on how Extension has impacted them. So first of all, we can't tell you about everything, but wanted to center in on some specific areas where I spend my time. As you know, or hopefully you know, we have a tremendous swine and poultry industry in Wayne County, and we're ranked 4th in the state in swine production, and of course North Carolina is ranked 2nd in the nation in swine production, so a booming industry. And in particular with Extension, we spend a lot of time with our local producers making sure that they have what they need to help protect the environment and maintain their operation in an environmentally safe manner. In addition to that, I work with local beef cattle producers as well, and oftentimes a lot of our producers that are with beef cattle are also swine and waste operators, and it goes hand in hand because the beef cattle eat the forages and the hay that's produced on those farms. And one of the main things that we're proud of that we have helped producers with this year is minimizing the amount of nitrates that were produced in those forages that the beef cattle would eat, and save some lives on those beef cattle farms. Now the third area where I spend a considerable amount of my time is on youth development, and I'm going to turn that over to Marissa and let her tell you a little bit about her personal experience.
I started raising livestock 10 years ago, and we started off with 4 goats, and Miss Eileen definitely helped us get started, and she's been there every step of the way. And those 4 goats have grown to be about 25 head of goats, and we also raise cattle and miniature donkeys, as well as we show hogs, goats, sheep, and turkeys at the Wayne County Show and Sell, as well as the North Carolina State Fair. But I've gone from not knowing anything to being able to raise my own livestock and to actually go out there every morning and feed them and medicate them and do all that with them. Also, I've been encouraged to do different competitions over the years, such as livestock judging and skill-a-thon. And I was actually able to compete on the North Carolina State Skill-a-thon team that went to nationals this year. And I definitely think I wouldn't have been able to get on that if it hadn't been for the county level, being able to go to workshops that have been held. But we actually went to Pennsylvania and Louisville, Kentucky with those, and we came home with first place from Pennsylvania. So it's definitely impacted my life a lot and led me to my career choice of wanting to do communications and agriculture.
Thank you, Marissa. Okay, we're going to shift gears for just a minute and talk about the poultry program in Wayne County. Reset my timer here. And James Parsons is our area specialized poultry agent, and he couldn't be with us today, and so I told him that I would speak on his behalf, and Sean's going to do the same. But as you know, in addition to the swine industry, the poultry industry is booming in Wayne County. We are ranked 2nd in turkey production in North Carolina, and in Wayne County is ranked 3rd in North Carolina in turkey production. So on top of lots and lots of chickens grown here too. So in some of the areas that James spends a considerable amount of his time, both in this county and several other counties in the southeast, is with writing poultry litter nutrient management plans. And poultry litter can be used as a tremendous resource on farms and save our producers from having to go out and buy fertilizer to fertilize those crops. As you can see here, he helped write 13 new plans, and that's just in Wayne County, with over 4,500 acres as part of those plans. In addition, he saved over $500,000 to those producers so they would have had to go out and buy fertilizer to manage those crops. In addition to that, he also helps them with how to manage those nutrients in a composting type operation like what Sean has, and that's a value. Just in the last year, the compost that was produced and managed in Wayne County was valued at over $220,000 to those producers. So I'm going to turn it over to Sean to tell you a little bit about his personal experience with how James helped him.
I have some poultry houses in Goldsboro Milling, and James since '95 has helped me with my waste management plans, and been composting litter for probably 2 or 3 years, and he's helped educate me a whole lot on that. I've had some complaints and could have been facing some big fines if it hadn't have been for him coming out, educating me a little bit how to be in compliance with the DWQ, and helping us with the litter samples and the land samples. So he's been a big help to me.
What's the big issue? The big issue with like DWQ, I mean, what you faced from him? What was it?
Well, I mean, to make sure we had the buffers in place and make sure the poultry litter won't running off into the stream. People complaining, saying I was throwing dead animals in there, and I was, and like you were talking about earlier, just calling. They come out and they seen a whole different picture.
Sure. It's a different
When
story.
you finally come out and visit, they were real pleased.
Were they pretty responsive? I mean, to come out and see.
Oh yeah, when somebody complains, they come.
Even
though they know.
What about their follow-up though? Were they pretty quick to follow up with you as to what you've done? And
yeah, I mean, I'm permitted for DWQ now. I mean, if anybody complains, I mean, they come out automatically, even though they know nothing's wrong.
Join in. My name is Wallace Simmons. I'm the 4-H agent here in the county, and we're going to talk to you here about a traditional program. And then just a minute, if we can keep on time, we try to get not to get behind here, but then talk about some of our non-traditional type programs. But as you saw on the board up there, the things that came from the community and the issues that are out there, 4-H has a direct impact on all of those things. If you look at some of the things we do in community service, last year we had over 4,000 hours of community service conducted by 4-Hers. As you saw in the last one, whether that's in the livestock area, where we had Marissa over there was talking about her involvement in the livestock program, she's giving back to the community, and that's part of this 4,000 hours. We also gleaned over 2,478 pounds of sweet potatoes, and what that equivalated to, I guess, it's probably not the right word, but $2 that went to the food bank. It was over $8,000 worth of food in meals that went to the food banks. And you see some of our young people who are out in the field picking them up. We actually picked up a large bin that was weighed when we took it to the food bank of Eastern North Carolina. And we also picked up 590 pounds of trash out of our waterways, whether that was off the side of the streets in some of our clean streams days, or if it was other Earth days that we were picking up trash. So we're teaching youth to give back to the community. We also have a prevention program that's going on. This is a program that is a funded program through a grant that we're getting that goes out into the communities right this year. Last year we went into the schools through some of the PE classes, and once they've been through the program and saw the impact that substance abuse has on their life, or alternative that promiscuous behavior has on their life, they're saying after they take the survey that 92% of them would actually take the keys away from somebody else before they would let them drive, and actually 94% of them say they would not ride with a person who's been drinking. So that's a stark difference between that and what you'd actually see out in the real world, and so that's the impact that type of program is having. Looking at some of our day camps, we provide the opportunity not only to teach to the 4-H curriculum, but also to give the opportunity for our older teens to come back, our teen leaders to come back in and teach our younger youth through their teaching skills. They're learning leadership skills and speaking skills and communication skills, and how to organize projects and develop those. And this is part of our traditional program, and there's a big part of our traditional program is club. Miss Ann is one of our 4-H club leaders, and she has over 90 students in her club, and she's a good representative of our 4-H traditional program.
Hello, I'm Ann Finch, and as Wallace said, I run a club here in Wayne County. And as a club leader, I have seen shy 4- and 5-year-olds develop into confident, mature young adults. And that's always one of the privileges of working with children. And through club involvement, chairing committees, organizing meetings, fundraising, team building, teaching, and their officer responsibility, these young people continue to grow and give back and learn and give back to their club and their community through community service and their teaching. And it's a privilege to be involved with them. 4-H clubs can be just 5 people. We have 90 students, but it doesn't have to be that big. it's a place where they belong. They feel a sense of belonging. They have a commitment. It's a community for them, and it's essential these days to have that for teenagers, especially in a turbulent society. One other exciting thing I've seen is as students have gone through the program and they've developed these leadership skills and public speaking skills. You saw Marissa over there; she's one of ours. She's been offered a full ride scholarship, and we see this over and over again for 4-Hers that have learned such wonderful skills through the 4-H program. And that's also another great thing to be involved with their lives. A typical program, we meet once a month. The youth actually lead a business meeting themselves. So they learn public speaking and leadership skills. They learn Robert's Rules of Order. And then for our activity, we cover a lot of the things that we talked about earlier. We cover nutrition, and we cover environmental issues, and we cover livestock, and we cover so many different things in science and technology. So they will have a taste of all those things and really get involved with them, hands-on learning, which is the 4-H way.
And then some of our non-traditional, or what I say is not as on the forefront, but it is a large part of our program as our school enrichment program, where we actually go out and work in 52 different classrooms. We're taking in projects that teach hands-on learning. So when we work in that, the youth actually have a better time when they're going through the class. They say that they're learning better. We get positive comments back from the teachers saying that they're learning better with those hands-on science activities that we're working with as we work in our school enrichment program. That's been going on here in Wayne County for over 20 years. This is our 4-H Career Day. This is actually where the Exchange Club sponsors us, and they've been sponsoring us for over, it's about 24 years. And they're putting money in it so the youth receiving scholarships and plaques, but they come in and they follow job shadowing. Each year we have around 90 youth who come in from the high schools working with the school system, bring them in and send them out into a place of work so they can job shadow, so they can either determine if they want to stay with that type of career or go into something new. And our last thing, but obviously not our least thing, is our after-school program. This is one of our fee-based programs that has been going on for several years here in our county, and these community service hours that they're giving back, we're teaching the same type of things that we would in a club in our after-school setting, and these hours are not part of the same hours that are over here. So these are in addition to the hours we have over here, over 1,500 more hours for youth who are coming actually paying to come to a program. But we have Miss Edwards here. She's going to talk about the after-school program as a site director and as a club leader as well. So she has some insight on that.
I'm the site director at Grantham School. The purpose of our program is to provide a safe, fun, intellectual environment for our children to attend after school. As an alternative, maybe, is to go and home alone.
Provided by the Town and Country Extension Community Association. I thought it was a great lunch. Cake was great also. I had the coconut cake, but Dr. McCullen had the other one, and she said it was good also. I'll take it with me. At your place, and I would like for you to, if you would, is you take, this is a kind of a program impact for 2010. Please understand, this is not everything that Cooperative Extension did in 2010. This is just some of the program that we've done. We're just highlighting part of it, even in the programs that you heard today, or even in what's written here. This is just a sample of the program impacts that Cooperative Extension has done in Wayne County. I appreciate greatly our county commissioners and our county leadership for the support that you've provided Cooperative Extension. We could do things because we have a great collaborative relationship with our county government. And our Extension Advisory Council, when they're going through all the programs and helping us to make sure that we have our priorities in the right set by doing our long-range plan, and I appreciate that. Thank you for coming and being with us today, and enjoy the sunshine.